Hi, I'm Nance. I believe joy is not something that just happens to us. It's something we choose. After walking alongside so many people who felt broken by life, I've seen what's possible when we commit to healing, growth, and resilience. This podcast is a transformational space where we reclaim our strength, rediscover clarity, and return to peace. Individualism without connection can become isolation. Isolation turns into depression when our deepest needs aren't met. Wow. Individualism, me, without you, can become an island of despair. And that isolation turns into depression. It's happened to me. Maybe it's happened to you. When our deepest needs aren't met. Human behavior is not random. It's driven by needs. It's why when I wake in the morning, coffee. It's what it is. It's the shower in the morning. It's the connection with my family and my friends. It's the needs. Six human needs. Certainty, which is safety, stability, and predictability. Too much and you get bored. Too little and you live in anxiety. Too much certainty, safety, confinement, predictability leads to boredom. Same old, same old. Too little and you're living in anxiety because you don't know what's going to happen next. Number two is uncertainty, variety, surprise, adventure, growth through the unknown. Too much chaos overwhelms, and too little suffocates. If we're stuck in that place where you're just, is that where you want to be? Too much, wah! Is that where you want to be? Then there's significance. To feel important, seen, valued. If someone feels insignificant, they will find a way to feel big, even if it means tearing someone else down online. Social media can become artificial significance. Love and connection, number four, the deepest human longing. Many settle for a connection because love once hurt too much, but the fear beneath it all is simple. If I'm not enough, I won't be loved. How many have gone through that feeling? I know I have. Oh boy, to feel unloved and worthless feels like internal death. So people build stories. They anchor identity to pain, not because the pain defines them, but because fear does. Then come the final two, the ones that create fulfillment, growth. Everything in nature grows or dies. Relationships that don't grow deteriorate. Businesses that don't evolve decline. And humans who don't grow shrink inside. Number six, contribution, giving beyond yourself. This is where meaning lives. Oh, yeah. Big, big, big one. See, there's a science of achievement versus the art of fulfillment. Achievement is strategy, fulfillment is meaning. One more time, listen to that. Achievement is strategy, fulfillment is meaning. You can master asset allocation, diversity, Balance, secure, and risk assets. Think like an owner, not just a consumer. That's the science. But fulfillment, that's growth and contribution. Fulfillment, that's growth and contribution. Success without fulfillment feels empty, and fulfillment without growth feels stagnant. An extraordinary life requires both. An extraordinary life requires growth. What creates pain? Usually, two dominant needs run the show. If significance drives you, you may compete, prove, dominate. If uncertainty drives you, you may choose novelty, travel, intensity. But when love and contribution become primary, stress drops. You give because you want to, not because you must. That's freedom. Freedom. Wow. Change requires leverage. People don't change because they should. They change when they must. Strong reasons override old patterns. The conscious mind wants change. The subconscious protects familiarity. Where are you? The conscious mind wants change. The subconscious protects familiarity. Lasting change happens when emotion is strong enough to rewire identity. You don't rise to goals, you fall to identity. Wow. So many things here. So, pattern recognition again. Markets move in cycles, politics move in cycle, history moves in cycles, personal psychology moves in cycles. The only certainty is change. So the real question becomes, what drives you most? Certainty or uncertainty? Significance, love, growth, contribution? And are those needs producing stress or meaning? Love is life. When you grow, you feel alive. When you contribute, you feel meaningful. That's the art of fulfillment. Create life on your terms. Be an owner of your money, your state, your growth, your impact. Because success without fulfillment is failure. Success without fulfillment is failure. And fulfillment comes when every stroke, every decision, every act of contribution, every contribution has meaning. As for lifespan, this is a biggie. A powerful question isn't how long would you live? It's, wait for it, how fully will you live between now and your last breath? Wow, there's a lot there. And I want to unpack a couple things. I'm going to go backwards. How fully will you live between now and your last breath? Every day, we have the opportunity to live and breathe. Yet many of us wait until we have the death sentence to live. How long would you live? How many who are listening to this have contacted a psychic asking that question about yourself or others? Every fulfillment comes when every stroke, every decision, every act of growth, every contribution has meaning. So, what are you contributing to this world? What you want to contribute? to this world? Are you willing to fail? Because success without fulfillment is failure. Are you creating life on your terms? Are you an owner of your money, your state, your growth, your impact? The art of fulfillment. When you grow, you feel alive. When you contribute, you feel meaningful. Life is love, love is life. And are those needs producing stress or meaning? If you're stressed out, reevaluate. Reevaluate. Because remember, contribution, growth, love, significance, uncertainty, certainty. What drives you the most? These are the real questions. The only certainty is change, sunshine. That's it. And personal psychology moves in cycles. What cycle are you in? What cycle is history in? What cycle is politics? Markets move in cycles. Pattern recognition. Get a pen, write this down. You don't rise to goals, you fail to identity. I identify as a champion. It's why one of the t-shirts that's launching says that. I hope you identify as a champion. Lasting change happens when emotion is strong enough to rewire identity. The subconscious protects familiarity. The conscious mind wants change. Oh, honey, please change. Change your pants, change your patterns. Strong reasons override old patterns. You've got this. You're not going to change because you should. Change must. Big difference. I stopped shooting myself a long time ago. I understand that change requires leverage. Freedom. Oh boy, freedom. But when love and contribution become primary, stress drops, your shoulders drop. You give because you want to, not because you must. If significance drives you, you may compete, prove dominant. If uncertainty drives you, you may chase novelty, travel, and intensity. It's about finding the balance. Which is dominating the show? Is there a balance between them? Because remember, what creates pain? An extraordinary life requires success and fulfillment. Because success without fulfillment feels empty, and fulfillment without growth feels stagnant. Fulfillment, growth, and contribution. It's science. Think like an owner, not just a consumer. Balance, secure, and risk assets. Diversify. You can master asset allocation. Achievement is strategy. Fulfillment is meaning. Fulfillment is meaning. Achievement is strategy. It's the science of achievement versus the art of fulfillment. Contribution, giving beyond yourself. This is where meaning lives. Oh. Businesses that don't evolve decline. Humans who don't grow shrink in size. Relationships that don't grow deteriorate. Everything in nature grows or dies. It's growth. Those are the final two, the ones that create fulfillment. Remember, to feel unloved and worthless feels like internal death. So people build stories. They anchor identity to pain, not because the pain defines them, but because fear does. Is fear defining you? If I'm not enough, I won't be loved. That's the fear beneath it all. Simple. Love and connection, the deepest human longing. Many settle for connection because love once hurt too much. Significance to feel important, seen, valued. If you feel insignificant, you will find a way to feel big, even if it means tearing down someone else online. Social media can become artificial significance. And remember, uncertainty and variety, surprise, adventure, growth through the unknown. Too much chaos overwhelms, too little suffocates. Certainty, safety, stability, predictability. Too much, you get bored. Too little, you live in anxiety. The 6 human needs. Human behavior is not random, it's driven by needs. Isolation turns into depression when our deepest needs aren't met. Individualism without connection can become isolation. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you showed up. I'm Nance. I'm a healing guide. My memoir, Choose Joy, a Survivor's Guide for Hope, is available on Amazon. Let me know if you've read it. Please leave a review on Amazon. Let's get those numbers up so more people become aware. Let's do it together. Together we are stronger. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.